Welcome to my YouTube channel Captain Chandan. As you know that I am continue uploading a video for pilot examination, that is CPL and ATPL. So today in this video I am going to start a new chapter that is called speed. We'll see in detail in the video. I have one request to you, kindly subscribe my channel and share to your friend because it is free. After complete the training series, I will start some other topic. So hope you like my video, kindly subscribe it and thank you for watching. We'll start now.
Speed. Distance traveled per unit time are called speed. It is expressed in unit per hour. For example, an aircraft overfly from Patna to Delhi and covered 900 nautical mile in 1 hour. So we can say aircraft speed is 900 nautical mile per hour. In aviation, we have some specified unit of speed, that is knots. So the meaning of knots is nautical mile per hour, miles per hour and kilometer per hour. To make very simple, the speed say that how far an aircraft can travel in just 1 hour. Example, 200 knots means 200 nautical mile travel in just 1 hour. So the formula for speed is distance divided by time. There are three groups of speed are used in air navigation. First, air speed, the speed of aircraft through the air. Second, ground speed, the speed of aircraft relative to the ground. Third, relative speed, the speed of an aircraft relative to another aircraft. We'll take example so that it will easy to understand. The distance between a house and airport is 500 nautical mile. We are assuming no wind condition. An aircraft flying from house to airport and takes 1 hour. So the ground speed and air speed will be same. That is 500 knots. Now take another situation with 20 knot tailwind. You can see in 1 hour aircraft travel more distance. So the total distance traveled by aircraft will be 520 nautical mile. Here TAS, that is true air speed, is 500 knot. So the ground speed will be 500 plus 20 equals 520 knots. Now the case is with 20 knots headwind. So in 1 hour aircraft travel less distance due to headwind. True air speed, that is 500 knots. So the ground speed will be 500 minus 20, 480 knots. As you can see, with tailwind ground speed will increase and with headwind ground speed will decrease. So the third one, relative speed. Case 1. When both aircraft in same direction. One aircraft having 280 knots ground speed. Second aircraft have 300 knots ground speed. Both are flying in same direction. So the relative speed will be 300 minus 280, that is 20 knots. Case 2. When both aircraft is in opposite direction. One aircraft having 280 knots ground speed and second aircraft which is in opposite direction, ground speed is 300 knots. So the relative speed will be 280 plus 300, that is 580 knots. We will study relative speed in separate chapter in general air navigation. On that time we will cover more detail. Now we'll talk about type of airspeed. So in first place, indicated airspeed, the speed measured by pitot static system connected to the airspeed indicator without any correction, or to make very clear, the airspeed read directly from the airspeed indicator instrument. But in this speed there are some error. For example, instrument error, density error, position error, compressibility error. Our goal is to remove all the error and find true airspeed. So we will see how we can do. Second is calibrated airspeed, or we can say rectified airspeed. Indicated airspeed corrected for position and instrument error. So from indicated airspeed, if we remove position and instrument error, then the speed is calibrated airspeed or rectified airspeed. What is position and instrument error? Instrument error is by manufacturer. Normally these errors are so small. Position error occur due to incorrect air pressure near the pitot static system. Position error can occur in different configuration. Example, for landing, takeoff, turn and side slip. This configuration is listed in operating manual. Rectified airspeed equals true airspeed in calibration condition, and the calibration condition of instrument occur at sea level, that is plus 15 degree temperature with 1013.25 hectopascal pressure. Equivalent airspeed. Rectified airspeed corrected for compressibility error. So from rectified airspeed, or you can say calibrated airspeed, if we remove compressibility error, then the new speed is called equivalent airspeed. Compressibility is only corrected for true airspeed greater than 300 knot. So below 300 knot there is no compressibility. When you fly greater than 300 knots, then the air get compressed near the pitot tube and create error in airspeed. Normally airspeed indicator are calibrated for an ideal incompressibility airflow. So finally we are going to talk about true airspeed. Equivalent airspeed corrected for density error. So from equivalent airspeed, if we remove density error, then the speed is called true airspeed. True airspeed is the speed of aircraft relative to the air masses through which the aircraft is flying or moving. TAS can calculated by adding 2% of calibrated airspeed for each 1000 feet of pressure altitude. For example, an aircraft is flying at 10,000 feet at rectified airspeed, or you can say calibrated airspeed of 150 knot. What is true airspeed? We can calculate this type of numerical by using flight computer, but now we will solve using formula. So 2% of rectified airspeed equals 3 knot, and adding each 1000 feet, then for 10,000 feet it will be 30. So TAS equals 150 plus 30, that is 180 knot, or you can put the value in the formula which are displaying on the screen. Density error. Air density decrease with high temperature and high pressure altitude. If at the same ground speed in still air, the airspeed indicator will indicate lower speed if the temperature increase and pressure altitude increase. We'll take two situations. First, in normal condition, for example, 4 air particles enter in the pitot tube, by which we will get correct airspeed. Now when the temperature increase or pressure altitude increase, as we know, temperature and pressure altitude increase, then density decrease. So now due to low density, only 2 air particles enter in pitot tube that give lower indication in airspeed indicator. We'll see some definition. Indicated altitude. It is a altimeter reading. Altimeter give altitude on a pressure setting. If we set a pressure at sea level, it give altitude from sea level. For height from a ground, we have to set pressure at that ground level. Absolute altitude. It is the vertical distance of the aircraft above the terrain over which aircraft is flying. True altitude. When aircraft altitude measured from mean sea level, that is called true altitude. Height. Altitude in terms of the distance above the certain point. Example, if you are flying from a mountain area, so the distance from top of mountain to the aircraft is called height. Pressure altitude. When we set pressure 1013.2 hectopascal in altimeter, it gives altitude in terms of flight level, or we can say constant pressure level. Density altitude. The density of the air in terms of altitude in the International Standard Atmosphere. We see the detailed information in instrument chapter. For summarize the airspeed, when we put indicated airspeed in first box, it will remove position and instrument error and gives calibrated or rectified airspeed. Similar, putting calibrated airspeed in second box, it will remove compressibility error and give equivalent air. In third box, it will remove density error from equivalent airspeed and give true airspeed. Thank you for watching my video. God bless you.